What are we going to do here? Sense moves. Hello, hello. Happy Friday to all of you out there. If anybody's watching right now, if you're just joining us or if you're watching this later, we're going to go right back really quick and give an outlook for next week for SPY. This should pertain as well to the market at large, okay? Webull. Back on the Webull SPY chart. For next week, today being Friday, right? We are breaking above the half-hour trigger right now on SPY. We have the hourly trigger currently that's at 437.51. I'm going to bring this down for you. I was moving this all around. I apologize. 437.51 right here. So just for today, I'm going to give you the outlook, a 2-minute outlook for SPY today and then into next week. Currently right now, we have a price above the 5-minute trigger. We have a bull plane forming above here on SPY. So upside expectations today. We have the confirmation down here in the 5-minute trigger. Upside target number 1 has been hit at 435.89. We're now looking for upside target number 2, which is 437.51. 435.93. Right there. That's PT1. We already hit it. That's PT1 right there. PT2 for today. $437.44. $437.44. Already hit PT1. $445.16. Move this over to next week. PT3. 445.16. Right there. This is for today. Get rid of that stuff right there. I'm going to draw this in for you. Got PT1. Come on now. That's PT1 right. So here's your PT1, PT2. Right there. That'd be my expectation for today. Gotta change this to like something smaller. Make this smaller here. Okay, so 2 minutes, 2-minute preview into the close today, expecting an upper range target of 445.16 into the bell. Look out for a rejection today. Oh, hold on a second, I'm moving these again. Look out for a rejection today above at 437.44. Keep that target in mind above here. If we begin to squeeze above 437.44, you're going to want to see it hold. So the initial target here for today is going to be 437.44. You want to break above it to 438.60, hold 437.44, and then begin to try to trade 439.83, and then ultimately a squeeze higher into 445.16. Do I think you get the 445.16? I doubt it. I really do. I think that it's down here. I think your ultimate end of the day goal is 439.83. Into next week, expectation is that we trade higher into next week. We're going to trade 445.50 into next week, and then I'm going to look for the bears to take over. So whether it's something like this, roll back down, settle on the hourly trigger, and then begin to trade this 445.98, 443, somewhere in here next week. And I'm going to look for the bears to take over once again next week into end of the month and begin to trade this down into Friday to that 428 price target for next Friday. One thing I would say is if you're Theta Gang, right where we are right now for next week. So for Theta Gang, right where we are next week, this is kind of your place in here, right? So you set up your flies for next week. If you think, hey, we're going to consolidate and trade sideways in the next week, I do a big fat fly with 459, 451, somewhere up in there, probably 452 to 459 on the upside. And then the downside legs would be 428, below 428 and 426, something like that. For that sideways consolidation trade in the S&P 500, you're kind of in the perfect sweet spot right now, right? For this sideways trade for Theta Gang into next week. Not going to expect too much of a move higher, and I'm not going to expect too much of a move lower into next week than this 428 down below. What's my thesis here? For bears into next week, if you want a bearish thesis, you need to get underneath 428. Today, you need to get underneath 425, 426. But next week, you want to begin to trade underneath. Let's say you get up there to that 445, sell this down, get underneath that 428, and that's your next leg down to 420. Ultimate price target into end of quarter for bears is going to be that 420. 420 is the target for bears for end of quarter. So we've got almost another week or two left, and then you got another month. So 6 weeks from now, 420 would be the target for bears. Bulls must get above this 443, 445 next week. You must get the hourly trigger to come up and meet you. It's not good enough that you squeeze up here. You need this hourly trigger to come up and give you some support here to go back and go to the scene of the crime to the upside. So no bullishness here for me until we hold above 443, 445 on SPY. No bullishness, none. I don't care if we trade up here and squeeze up here. You got to like hold it and then begin to make your way up. I'll get bullish right there, right? So you get the initial squeeze above, hourly comes up to meet, and then if you want to resume that trade higher, try to close the gap up on high at 459. We can do that, but not until this happens. Onus not on the bulls right now. So in here, consolidation. You got your consolidation numbers, Binky. You've got what you need to be under to start to trade 420. And what my expectations are for next week, for the rest of today. Rest of today and the beginning of Monday would be into like Tuesday or something to try to trade that 445 and try to hold it. Bulls have to do that the next 3 sessions, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. If you're a seller, you know right now where that number is, 443 by Monday. Right in here by Monday, this is likely going to come down a little bit and meet up with bulls at like 442, 443 by Monday afternoon. So I might even drop this down right now. So right down here, this is going to actually be right here on Monday. Rejection trade, just waiting for bulls come Monday up here. They're going to be waiting up here for it. So let's see how this goes for the rest of today. You guys got any other questions for me? I think that's pretty good.